Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 1, and today we are excited to present our East Region Dashboard Analysis for Frederick Incorporated. My name is Audrey Chandler, and I am joined by my teammates Jake, Samuel, and Matea. Over the next few minutes, we will walk you through how our team transformed raw transaction data into actionable insights to help the East Region optimize its supply chain and better understand customer demand. To kick things off, let's look at the primary objectives of our analysis. Our main goal was to create a comprehensive overview of the East Region's order activity to identify exactly where and when products are moving. We focused our analysis on several key areas. First, we looked at demand trends, specifically looking for patterns in when orders are created versus when they're actually shipped. Second, we analyzed order notifications to see where discrepancies might be occurring in the fulfillment process. Finally, our dashboard isn't just about looking backwards. We've developed two new key performance indicators, or KPIs, that alongside our additional data research will provide management with a more predictive look at seasonal shifts and supplier reliability. Ultimately, we want this tool to serve as a roadmap for more efficient decision making across the region.
Looking at the market overview, this slide gives a quick summary of the East region's overall performance. We can see that total orders and total received are both at 9 million units. Because those numbers are equal, that means that the company has a 100% fulfillment rate. In other words, every order that was placed was successfully completed without any shortages or delays. This is important because it shows that operations in the East region are running very efficiently. There aren't any major issues with inventory availability or order processing. So overall, from an operational standpoint, the company is performing very strongly in this region. However, while this tells us that orders are being fulfilled successfully, it doesn't tell us much about how demand is changing over time, which is why looking at trends is important. From the charts, we can see that orders increased steadily from January through April. This upward trend suggests that demand is building over the first part of the year, possibly due to seasonal factors or increased customer activity. The peak occurs in April, where orders reach about 2 million units, making it the highest point in the dataset. After April, there is a noticeable shift where we see a sharp decline from May through July. This drop indicates that demand decreases pretty quickly after the peak, rather than leveling off gradually. By the time we reach July, orders hit their lowest point at around 0.1 million units, which is a significant decrease compared to earlier months. Overall, this pattern clearly shows seasonal demand behavior. Demand rises in the early months of the year, peaks in the spring, and then declines into the summer. Understanding this pattern is important because it helps the company better plan for inventory, staffing, and overall operations during high and low demand periods.
So this slide gives us a really good visualization of our order activity and demand within the Eastern region. Um, we have multiple different KPIs in here that give us a really good idea of what's going on within our company. If you go over to the left where it says monthly order volume, we can see our order volume within like a 30-day period or so. You can see we have some lower days, very low days, and some very high days. But overall, I would say it's fairly normally distributed. And if we go down to order volume over time, this shows us our order volume within a year, and the performance within those months. So, as you can see, we perform very well in springtime months, with April doing the best. And then we slowly drop from there to our worst, which is July. And if you go over to the top right, you can see our order volume by location. This shows that we are very heavily reliant on one supplier. That's pretty much all that graph is showing. And if you go down to top ordered products, this is showing our products that we use the most, we have to order the most, and we sell the most. So overall, all of these KPIs give us, I think, some pretty helpful information. It shows that we're very supplier dependent on one supplier. It also shows us that we're very seasonal. We do very well in the springtime months and do bad in the late summer. So that's very important for forecasting and planning. That's definitely something you have to plan and and forecast when it comes to ordering products from our supplier. And overall, I would say it shows our product concentration, what we're selling the most of, our top ordered products, which also is important information for our supplier.
To wrap everything up, this dashboard really helps bring together the main insights from the East region and turns them into something useful for decision making. One of the biggest takeaways is the overall performance with about 9 million units ordered and all 9 million units received. That shows extremely strong fulfillment and suggests that operations and supply chain processes are running very efficiently. Looking at demand over time, there's a clear seasonal pattern where orders peak during the winter months and then begin to decline going into the summer. This is important because it gives the company a better idea of when demand is the highest, allowing them to plan inventory levels and staffing more effectively. From a supplier perspective, Mary Curie Ltd. Is responsible for handling the majority of the orders. While this shows that they are all reliable and high performing supplier, it also highlights a potential risk in relying too heavily on one source. If there are any disruptions, it could have a significant impact, so that's something the company may want to monitor or diversify over time. In terms of products, CDX sheathing stands out as one of the top ordered items, which clearly shows where most of the demand is coming from. This can help guide decisions around inventory, prioritization, and forecasting moving forward. Overall, this dashboard takes a large set of data and simplifies it into clear and actionable insights. It allows decision makers to better understand performance, anticipate demand, and make more informed choices about suppliers and inventory. Thank you for listening, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have.